Hey, what's up, y'all? It's me, Nate Almighty, and I'm back with another theory for the next spinoff to take place after both the end of Ghost Season 4 and after Force Season 3, as I will explain how both Tariq and Tommy will finally surpass Ghost's career in the streets by forming a BMF-style alliance that will have us see them expand to places like California, Atlanta, and beyond, as they will be the main plug in whatever city they end up in next. Now, in this video, I will explain how Tariq and his crew joins Tommy on Force, how Tommy will not only get closer to Jannard and Diamond as they squash all of their issues before the end of the series, but how he will also get rid of Miguel and escape the Chicago PD. And when the war is won, Tommy and Tariq, with the main crew, will decide to take the business statewide, as they make Diamond and Jannard the biggest drug dealers in Chicago and leave Chicago as their sole suppliers, with Tommy being excited that Tariq has finally become the version of Ghost that he wished the original Ghost would have become. Today, you get all that, including who will betray Jannard, what will happen to the Irish mob, and how Kane will come into play as well. This video is going to be yet another banger, so go ahead and like this video and subscribe to the channel so y'all can get all brand new videos of my power theories. And now, without further ado, let's get to it. Now, y'all, let's break it down like this. Tariq and Tommy were already on their way towards this next level within the drug game. Especially for Tommy, it's a natural progression. You start out young in the game and you're broke. You get your first pack. The first time you even get work may even be on consignment, but you stay consistent. Then one day you have a small crew. You guys lock down a corner in a building, the front of a store or something. You then become even more successful as time goes. Then your crew gets bigger and you start locking down blocks. Tariq was Ghost's son, Tommy's nephew, and Kanan's protege, so he had the cheat code. But if Ghost and Tommy were on the same page before he died, and if Ghost never wanted to leave the game and go corporate, the next level up in the game would of course be to expand from state to state in order to increase their power, their influence, and their bankroll. Exactly how Big Meech and Southwest T did with BMF. And slowly but surely, everything is already starting to fall in place. And as we can see, there will definitely be enough money for everyone. Now, as we all have already seen by now, Gianni, the person who plays Braden, let us all know that some kind of spinoff is definitely coming in 2026. Tariq, Diana, Junkie Jannard, and of course Tommy Egan were all in Gianni's short clip. And let's also not forget, a month or two ago, that Woody McCain was seen in a picture with the actor who plays Diamond, and that can't be for no reason. This is proof enough that we will see Kane be brought into whatever Tariq and Tommy are doing in 2026. So with that being said, let's talk about what we're likely to see during Tommy's final season of Force in Chicago and how it all leads up to them becoming Power's version of BMF. How Tariq and the others will come into play, how Jannard and Diamond will end up being the leaders of the Chicago faction of this BMF style crew that Tariq and Tommy will be the bosses of, and what is likely to occur during the season leading up to the end result. So first of all, we will see Tommy going against Miguel and trying to find his girl, obviously. And we all know eventually he will save her. However, I personally do not think Tommy will be the one to kill Miguel at all. To me, that's way too predictable. I think it will actually be Maria herself who finds a way to kill Miguel. Or his diabetes will act up at some point, and only Maria will be there to help him, and she will surely let him die. In a similar way to how Joe Proctor let his baby mama die from an overdose. Miguel will have done something very outrageous in order to earn his death by that point. In the middle of that, we will see Miguel working with Jannard and Shanti. Differences between Tommy and Diamond will cause Diamond to side with Jannard, right? At least initially. So when that happens, Tommy will be alone against CBI, the cartel, and possibly Walter Flynn's brother, who was mentioned earlier in the series. So what will Tommy do? Call Tariq for assistance. Just like we seen in Ghost Season 4, Episode 10's post-credit scene. Tariq will bring Brayden, he'll bring Diana, and he won't trust Effie enough to bring her along, but of course, he sees the value in her and he will just leave her to be in control of whatever's going on in New York while he goes to handle business. Will this idea be something that causes problems between him and Effie in the future? Probably, but it's yet to see. And also, Tariq will be given some soldiers that will be arriving in Chicago, provided by Chinadu, Noma's older brother. Okay? He will agree to assist Tariq when Tariq finds an elaborate way to tell him that once they handle Tommy's ops, there will be a power vacuum that only they can fill, thus expanding the business and making more money. As far as Kane is concerned, it's anyone's guess how Kane ends up in Chicago, but more than likely, however it goes, it will be Diana who will be the reason Kane ends up there. And now, since we both know Jannard and Diamond will be in the 2026 spinoff, I don't think they will be too involved. What we saw in Gianni's video could just be from the first episode, as they tie up some loose ends before the main crew heads to Atlanta, Miami, or California, or wherever else the producers of Stars feel like their money is allowed to go, right? And since we already know Season 3 marks Tommy's end in Chicago, before that, we should expect Tommy, Jannard, and Diamond to eventually join forces after a pivotal moment. Most likely, this will occur after Tommy saves Jannard's life and earns his trust. And right now, I think we have already been given enough evidence to expect a huge betrayal of Jannard by none other than fine-ass Shanti, who we can tell already feels like she is tougher and smarter than Jannard, okay? Didn't she tell him to step his dick up or step his pussy up or something? Like, you don't say that to a man you respect. Whether he got her, you know what I'm saying, dick my ties or whatever, you don't say that to a man, right? If she sees the opportunity to take both of them out and take over, she will take that chance. And maybe Tommy will be saving Jannard's life from her doing. We can expect Shanti to die, by the way. And let's not forget the looming threat of Vic as a snitch and Claudia likely being alive still, even if she is paralyzed. We did not see her die on screen. We seen her get stabbed and bleed on screen. I do not believe she's dead. She would be the one to call Walter Flynn's brother and send him after both Tommy and Vic, creating even more problems and raising the stakes during the course of the season. All of these things, without Tariq and them being involved, will happen first before Tommy gets Tariq involved, right? And we can also expect Chicago PD to go after Tommy and everyone else involved. So the connections between New York PD and Chicago PD expected to happen. It's gonna happen. And when Tariq pulls up with said crew, it will be within the final 2 episodes of the season. That's the pattern. That's the pattern of the cross connections between series that we've always seen. 9 and 10, right? And here is where the whole BMF style thing comes into play. Miguel will be dead, right? The Flynn family will be finished with the higher-ups above them, likely to be business-minded like Chinadu and the family, right? Yeah, I see where I'm going with this. The cops will likely score another big arrest against someone who Tommy has issues with, leaving CBI to be, in a sense, the final bosses of Chicago. Tariq and Tommy will leave them in Chicago while remaining their main supplier, leaving the brothers as the two biggest drug dealers in Chicago, right? So in a sense, they will end the series, or the last time we see them, they will be in the position that Ghost and Tommy were in OG Power. And because the police, they're already on the Tommy, they will definitely leave Chicago or be planning to leave at the end of the season. But similar to BMF in real life, they will be the main supplier of work for two different states now, right? So whatever they got doing in New York, plus the possibility of them becoming suppliers for the Irish mob, maybe, right? In Chicago as well, right? Something we never saw Ghost take interest in. And with both Tariq and Tommy's ambition, they both agreed to work together and continue what they have done with Chicago and New York City, as they will think it is now time to take the business to as many new states as possible, with Tariq becoming the version of Ghost that Tommy always wished Ghost would be. Like, share, comment, subscribe. Tell me how you feel. Peace.
Can't teach that shit, nigga. Come on. That's God-given. That's touched by an angel. That's on the dome, nigga.